Welcome back, people. On our next episode of the Soham Roy Show, we have with us in this conversation Johan Smith. Welcome back, Johan.
Oh,
So, listening is an important part of classical musical journey. Do you feel that listening to different interpretations can make your playing biased?
well, I don't think biased is the right word for it, because I think in fact that listening to music is a crucial part of what we do. It's so important. I mean, it's like is what I say to my young students. How do you want to learn a language if you don't hear it, if you don't need to speak it? It's impossible. It's so difficult. So
Right.
learning music is very important, and it's a way to construct yourself in the way that what I recommend to do is to have an active listening. Like you listen to a lot of recording of the same piece, okay?
Right.
And then pick one that you enjoy the most, that touched you, like, wow, this recording is fantastic. This is the best version. Okay, very good. Now listen to it again and try to have that active listening. Like, okay, ask yourself, why is it touching me? What is the reason?
Yes.
Then you will start to understand what's happening. Okay, what is the player doing to create this emotion, to create this effect? Oh, maybe he will play the scale that way, or he will do a rubato that way, or maybe I don't know. It can be many possibilities, but just an active listening and analyzing, the performance. I think it's very important, absolutely, and not only guitar recordings, but piano recordings as well, or singers. I learn a lot listening to singers.
Yes.
I'm playing a lot Schubert's Lieder right now, and of course I listen to a lot of recording. Fischer Dieskau, the very famous singer, of course, and I understood a lot of things listening to this recording. So yeah, that's important.
It's also very important, I believe, that when you're playing a period music, when you're playing a proper period music like the Baroque beat, romantic music. So you need to, it's very important, I guess, to listen to that proper original instrument. If it's a Baroque instrument, you have to listen to the original Baroque recording of that to understand what the composer just wanted to convey through the notes. That's
Sure, absolutely. Sure. It's the learning the style is very important, of course, but I'm or I'm scared always to go too far, because okay, play Bach, don't play apoyando playing Bach because on the lute, because we don't play apoyando on the lute. You're like, okay, but so what? Just play the lute then, don't play the guitar, So of course it's important to know the style. It can help your interpretation, and it's important to don't to be careful with what you're doing, of course, but always taking it with this idea that okay, we have to adapt it. It's a transcription. Okay, we have to adapt it on our own instrument. So it's always a debate, what information to keep, which informations to keep, and to it's very tricky.
And it's also and I believe the discretion of the performer just to have the right amount of information and the right amount of knowledge to just interpret the music properly.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
So what's your what do you do before getting up on stage? What's your pre-concert routine like?
Oh, well, few years ago, I had a very precise routine, but since 2 years ago, I just don't do it. You know, it's impossible to have a routine, because sometimes, you know, you arrived in a concert hall the day of the concert, you don't have time to put yourself in a good situation. You just grab your guitar and you have to play. Sometimes you have a lot of time left to practice before the concert. I don't know. It depends, you know. But before, I mean, 3 4 years ago, when I was a lot into competitions, uh, what I did is the day of the concert, the day of the performance, I didn't touch the guitar. Only 15 minutes, 20 minutes before playing, just tune, you know, tune the guitar, warm up a little bit, but don't touch the guitar, don't play the piece, you know. That's what Marta Algerich did on the piano, you know. I don't know if it's true, but it's what I heard. She didn't play for 2 days, 2 days before a concert. Don't play the piano, you know.
Yes.
Maybe it's a little bit too extreme. For me, it's the day of the concert. I don't touch the guitar. I just try to, you know, have a walk outside, drink a little tea. I don't know, thinking of happy things, you know,
Yeah.
if I have time, of course. And 15, 20 minutes before the concert, tune the guitar, make some very easy warm up, very, very easy, with left hand, right hand, you know, in the same time. And that's it. And I keep the surprise for the concerts.
Absolutely. And still the
Because
audience gets a taste of your stellar performance.
oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, because, you know, the most important is when you play the piece the day before the day of the concert. If you play exactly the same piece with the intention, the energy, and everything, the moment you will have to play it in front of the audience, you will just be bored, you know, of hearing this piece again and again the same day.
Right.
Maybe you will be a little bit tired of, you know, if you practice too much before. So I like this sensation of just going on stage and like rediscovering your piece. Like, oh wow, I forgot this part was so beautiful, or like, oh wow, this piece is fantastic, you know. Because I'm sure that the feeling you have when you play the piece, when you play your program, your concert, it can be, it's transmitted to the audience, you know.
Yes.
The audience will feel it, that you enjoy it, and that, oh wow, this is, I don't know how to explain it, you know. I think there is some sort of invisible link, you know. But I'm sure that yeah, there is an invisible link between the performer and the audience, in that way that if you truly enjoy what you're doing, people will enjoy it even more, you know, will feel it. That's sure.
So how do you pick a new repertoire, Johan? I mean, maybe how to differentiate your repertoire for, or how do you plan? That's the perfect word for it. How do you plan your repertoire for competitions and for recitals?
Yeah, very, yeah, it's a tough question. You know, I always try to change my manner of thinking about it. Of course, competition repertoire and concert repertoire is not always the same. You don't play like 1 hour of competition pieces in a regular concert. It's too much effort, too much energy, and the audience at the end, you know, I don't think it works. It's exhausting for the audience. People going to a concert just want to have fun, you know, to enjoy the evening with friends, maybe discovering new music, maybe just enjoying music they already know. I don't know, but it's very simple, you know. The I don't think playing too much difficult pieces or too yeah too much strong pieces in concert is a good thing. What I like to do when I choose my concert program is I like to do how can I say, a little bit of everything. You know, it's a little I choose a little bit of everything. Like the beginning of a concert for me is like it needs it has the pieces you play in the beginning of a concert needs not no introduction. Okay, it's pieces that just is easy to understand for the public. Is very you just play it and okay, and that's fine. You know, I think that's the first couple of pieces. After that, you can play more advanced music. I don't know, more modern or contemporary, or I don't know. You can play more of anything you want. But at the end of the concert is always a very important moment as well. It has to be like a party, you know. It has to be like
Celebration.
um, yeah, like a celebration. Sure. So that's the only two parts, you know, of the concert. The beginning and the end are very important, and of course, maybe the most important part of the concert is the encore. You know,
Yeah.
when you come back on stage, is maybe the most important part. Is you know what we don't think think enough about it. You know, but it's very important. Just come back on stage playing a very short piece, like wow, this is fantastic, and then maybe going back for the second encore and then surprising surprising
Yes.
everyone with a piece that is very soft, like very dreamlike, you know, to create an effect that is very interesting. I don't know, it's just few ideas I had, but yeah.
True.
The, mm,
I, you play all the maybe all the unknown pieces, quote unquote, all the unknown pieces to the general audience throughout the concert, and you come back on stage for the encore and you play maybe Lacrima, maybe
yeah,
Recuerdo Palabra, and people are overjoyed that
yeah,
I've heard this piece, I've heard this piece, I can recognize this piece, and
yeah,
Johan
that's it.
is playing this so perfectly. So it's known thing. People are overjoyed with the fact that they can hear what they have been hearing through the years.
Yeah, yeah.
Johan, what instrument do you use at present?
Oh, I play fleta.
Wow.
Fleta EOS from 91. I'm very happy with this guitar. Is by far is the best guitar I ever played. I'm so happy with it. You know, I was stuck during years and years with I would not say a bad guitar, but a guitar that was not that good. And I was just thinking, okay, I just need to practice more. I just need to practice if I want to play better. And the day I changed the guitar, suddenly everything was possible. You know, like I was feeling so dumb because during I don't know if it was 5 maybe 6 years I was stuck with this not so good guitar, and I just realized that okay, I just instead of just practicing like crazy, you know, I just need to change the guitar and that's it, you know, and it just works. So it was very special, you know. I bought a Vogt, Walter Vogt. It's a guitar from Germany, you know, with the sound hole that is a little bit flat, you know. It's a guitar that I used in the GFA. And a few months after that, I bought the Fleta. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
It has to be of exponential qualities to just make an Ignacio Fleta sing.
I don't know because Fleta is well known for uh, make it easier to sing. Actually, it's a guitar with a lot of trebles, a lot of sustain, a deep and dark sound, but still very bright, and yeah, a lot of sustain. So no, it's the perfect guitar for me, because I like this approach, making the guitar singing. So yeah, that's actually the best, I think. Yeah.
What's your practice routine like, Johan?
What's my practice? What?
What's your practice routine like?
I don't have a precise routine. Of course, it depends on the piece I play or on the schedule I have. Maybe I have a concert on the weekend. Maybe if the next concert is in 1 month, I don't know. So it depends a lot of what I have to do and of the pieces I have to play. If I play a concerto, for example, I practice a lot with metronome. I count while I play. I practice every measure. I put some checkpoints, everything. Playing solo recital is, I will not say it's easier than playing concerto. It's still very difficult, but it's something else. If it's a new piece that I never played before, that I have to play in a concert, of course, playing new pieces is always very difficult the first time you play it. So I put extra care into my memorization. I play everything by heart still. So I just, I know my weakness. I think it's important to know our personal weakness. And one of my main weakness is memorization. I mean, when I was younger, it happens, several times I had memory slips, like just forgot in the middle of the piece. Oh, where I am, I need to continue. So just going somewhere, continue playing, So it's something that I don't want to happen anymore, of course. So I developed a lot of personal technique to work on memorization. I will say memorization takes maybe 80% of the overall work, for concerts. 20% is just the technical and just the learning the piece, the musical approach, and everything. 80% is memorization. So yeah, just put checkpoint everywhere. I'm a visual learner a lot, so I visualize my left hand a lot, close my eyes, visualize my position on the neck, practice the right hand alone, of course, with open strings, stuff like that. Yeah, that will be my routine, memorization work. It's not the most passionate things, but that's how it works for me.
You have performed with different renowned orchestras, namely the Budapest Symphony Orchestra, the Lausanne Chamber Orchestra. As a soloist, do you see the incorporation of guitar? How do you see the incorporation of guitar into an orchestral program?
You mean solo pieces or concerto pieces?
Concerto pieces.
You mean the orchestration, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah. First, playing with orchestra is maybe the most difficult thing, because it's you have people everywhere behind you, in front of you, so it's very difficult. You have all the work, with the conductor. You have to watch it. You have to, it's something we have to work on if you want to be great and to be with it. Of course, the orchestra, when the conductor do that and they do boom, it's always appear a little bit late than expected. For example, at the end of Aranjuez, you have this bum, with the guitar and the orchestra in the same time. So when the conductor do that, bum is not bum, it's bum. You see, it's after the so it's all these little things you have to know. And yeah, it's another thing that is very difficult is working with amplification all the time. You never know, what can happen. Sometimes you don't have a good sound. Sometimes you just cannot hear yourself. It's always very tricky. So yeah, I will play actually three times with orchestra in a Serbian festival, Guitar Art, in Belgrade this on May.
Wow.
So I'm working on that as well. We will see what happens, but it's going to be fun in any way.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
With this, we come to the end of this conversation. Johan, thank you so much for joining us. And it's a really insightful conversation we had. I'm sure all the audience will enjoy your enlightening words that you said. It's all, and currently you're the inspiration to young musicians, young guitarists out there. And anytime soon, we'll like to have you sometime somewhere in India.
Sure. I would love to, of course. Thank you for your question and everything. It was very nice.
Thank you so much, Johan.